have a great team win on the road. So many players contributed. We had some great bench production, especially in the second half. And it was a great college basketball game. It was back and forth, hard fought, guys making plays on both teams. So as we've stated several times, we have so much respect for the program. They've been banged up all year. This is probably as close to healthy as they've been. So we knew we had a dog fight in front of us. And fortunately, we made the plays when we needed to, especially the two late shot clock possessions were astronomical.
Yeah, you guys have so many epic battles in North Texas over the years. You just guys just kind of expect this when you play North Texas, that it's going to be one of those games that goes down the wire.
We do. The last couple of years, we've spent all off season talking about if we're going to win a championship, it's North Texas is going to be involved in it. We're going to have to find a way to beat them. They're as physical as any team in our league. And when they're healthy defensively, they do such a good job of guarding the ball and knocking you off of everything you're trying to do. So it usually comes down to guys making really good individual plays or starting driving kicks, and I thought our guys did that really well tonight.
And this is a veteran experience just show up in a situation like that. You get laughed and it seemed like you just made the plays at the stretch.
It just seems like our guys are very confident because we've been in that situation so many times. Last year we had, I think, 13 or 14 one-possession games. This year, the number's not much different than that. So I do think there's a comfort level of these guys having been in so many battles that are similar to that.
Yeah, Johnell, you started the half with 21 points. Were you just feeling it to start the game?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I seen the first one go in, and Spoons hit me in the corner, got me going, and I just went from there.
Go ahead with the Zoom questions.
Hey, John, congrats on the win and great scoring performance. Coach May, you had said in the broadcast with ESPN that teams are starting to build a wall against Johnell. The question for you, JD, how do you plan to navigate that the rest of the season when teams can really zero in on you and game plan for you?
Just try to make the right play and try to get my guys going early so it can open up and go from there.
Coach, first off, congrats on the win tonight, especially on the road. You know, Jason Edwards, he was always going to be that one guy on North Texas who might go out for 20 or 30, and for tonight he dropped 32. How would you describe the difficulty of guarding him, of that challenge? How did the team embrace that challenge of guarding him to ultimately pull away with the win tonight?
Well, we were able to let him get downhill too many times. I thought we contested his threes for the most part, but we fouled him a couple times early in the game, which allowed him to see some free throws go in. And anytime a shooter can knock down some free throws or easy baskets early in the game, they tend to find their rhythm. But his explosiveness, his quick release, he's got some really unique qualities of a scorer. And factor in his ability to draw fouls as well at his size is special. So we know what a tough cover he is. Fortunately, we were able to make enough plays when we needed
to. Coach, on defense, how are you prioritizing closeouts versus boxing out for rebounds? Because both, late
teams, you're always picking your poison, and it's going to be the same thing Saturday against Memphis. It's going to be in the conference tournament where you've got to give teams different looks. You've got to figure out the best way for your team to play against them. But they share the ball. They made the right play, and just like Nelly getting the assist, those guys they made, if there's two on the ball, they pass it as well. So they're well schooled, well coached. But I thought that was the biggest difference was that they moved the ball out of the double teams.
Johnell, you talked about the first couple of shots going in. Did it help that you were able to get those shots off the transition before they set up their defense? Was that a big factor in that?
Can you repeat that again?
Sorry, the shots that you got in early, those were off transition before they were able to set their tough defense. Was that something you were looking to get early offense against them?
Yeah, we just tried to get it up the floor. And once we did that, we just tried to.
Coach, the bench pretty much had a great night, outscoring North Texas's bench 27-13 with contributions from Boyd, Moriant, and Rosado. What are your thoughts on how they did throughout the night?
Yeah, it was nice to see G back playing it with good rhythm. I thought he had a backdoor that was kicked, and so his line doesn't even look as well as he played. But I thought he had the look in his eye where he was out there fighting, competing with his brothers. And then Nick Boyd, the second half, I thought he was to come back after a subpar half for his standards in the second half. I thought it was amazing getting to the rim, finishing through contact, drawing fouls. And he came in a quarterback several minutes offensively, and we needed every basket, every free throw. So he was huge. And then obviously when you have a couple of the other guys scoring, it opens it up, and you find Vlad getting an easy basket or two, or Brennan getting an open three. And that's not, like I said, Nelly had 2 or 3 guys. He drove, kicked, and then those guys made the next one, and guys were banging in that next play where I thought Brennan's 3 came off of 2 or 3 really nice team passes.
2 more questions.
Coach, what did you think of the foul call just before halftime? Was that a legit call? And did that put any extra damper going into halftime?
I obviously didn't like it, but we did we got too close to him. And then it's just we don't have the margin of error to give away free baskets. So I thought we made 3 or 4 plays like that a veteran team, an intelligent team like we have, we shouldn't be making those errors this late in the season. But no, it didn't put a damper. We knew 20 minutes, and it's a game of runs, and they came out and threw the first punch, and then we threw a couple of haymakers and was able to get the lead, and felt like for the most of the second half after that point we were able to play with at least a point or 2 margin up.
Last question.
Coach, this offense obviously adds another dimension to itself when you have 4 guys attempt 5 or more free throws. How important is it to maintain that aggressiveness in getting to the line and drawing fouls against opponents, especially heading into the season finale against Memphis?
Well, they take away our 3. They do a nice job of, even when you've created the open look, of flying at you, and so when they do fly at you, you've got to find ways to get offensive rebounds or get in the paint and force it and start another drive and kick. But not only did we get to the line, but we converted. Up until about the last minute or 2, our free throw shooting was sensational.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Johnell.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you staying up.
Thank you.
Guys.
Safe travels, guys.
Yep.
The 10th,
Recording stopped.